Ruth, and I am back here with Amy Weiland, who's out in Oregon. She's with Cedar Creek Gypsy Horses, and we are so excited. We're just going to get right into it. Thanks again, Amy, for being here. I know you're super busy and a little bit under the weather, so we appreciate you.
I appreciate you, the product actually, so I'll make time always.
Well, we love what a big fan that you've become, and the evidence kind of speaks for itself. So first, we'd love to get an update on what's going on with Mariah.
Okay. Last time I talked to everybody, Mariah had two things going on. We were battling severe CPL in all four legs, and she was completely almost put down because of a tendon issue. And so Renovo had been treating the CPL sores and had been continuing to heal her tendon. Well, since then, the tendon is continuing to heal, that's the biggest deal right there, is because that tendon was diseased and she had a 3.5-inch lift on her heel. She couldn't even bring her, so a hoof is like, let's try and see if I can do this here. There we go. It was like this. Now it's like this because that tendon can stretch now because the Renovo not only has taken away the disease in it, it's healing the actual structure of the tendon. So she has just a teeny tiny lift. She's almost walking perfectly. We did not think that was possible. And the CPL sores are staying at bay. And if she does chew on herself and opens up one, it just closes within the next day. So it's, really been a life changer. We're actually going to get to have many summers with her now. So we're pretty excited.
Wow, that is great news. Thank you for the update. And we love seeing her videos. She's so beautiful. So we'll be looking for more of those. She's just such a beautiful mover. So we're thankful she's healthy and feeling well. And then you had Dr. Ferris was there and did something for Blue. So Blue had laminitis that you discovered. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, so I have a gelding that I've had for over 10 years now. He's a Rocky Mountain horse. Gaited horses, they should have beautiful movement. And he has a predisposition to sugar problems. And he had a lung issue, and they put him on a ton of steroids, and it crashed his system. So he got such severe laminitis in all four legs that it looked like he was walking on glass. He just couldn't move. His soles of his feet were squishy. So we had the vet come out, and she's the one that introduced us to Renovo. She's like, well, let's try it. Let's try it with this because because of everything it has in it, it can kind of rebuild. We're hoping just about anything or improve it in a big way. So we did regional limb perfusions in all four legs with the Renovo and just hoped for the best. Blue's laminitis was so bad, he was already getting ready to rotate, and we had to put him in special air ride shoes. So anyway, most horse owners have had problems with laminitis or know someone who has. And as you know, it takes months to where you're at a point to really want to get a shoe nailed on or the horse be usable again. And we had the farrier come out 2 weeks after using the Renovo. And because Blue was actually already moving 24 hours after the Renovo, he was bucking and rearing and running, which you don't want them to do. So I'm like, no, I know you feel good, but let's dial it back. And so we wanted to have a look because this is going much faster than laminitis should normally heal. So we pulled off the soft ride boots, and the farrier was like, Amy, you gotta come here, you gotta come here. I'm like, oh no, you know what? That's never good. And I ran over, I'm like, what? He's like, what have you been feeding him? And I'm like, nothing. What? Just tell me what's wrong and just get it over with. He's like, no, nothing's wrong. He's like, this is amazing. He picked up the hoof. You can literally see where the laminitis stopped. The Renovo literally stopped the disease in its tracks in the first 48 hours after we did the limb perfusions. And I have a video up on my Facebook page, and I think you guys have put it on your page, and the video shows where the laminitis stopped. You see all the yellow, diseased, dying laminae, and you now see bright, almost bright white hoof growth no disease. It literally stopped it. So around the whole outer rim of the hoof is all new growth that should have taken a month and a half to 2 months to get there, and it did it in 2 weeks. And the hooves are no longer squishy, they're hard as a rock. Rotation didn't happen. Um, we were just amazed. We thought we were gonna have to do glue-on shoes, which are not great for a gaited horse, and but we were able to nail on shoes so we could pour on a nice pad for him, and didn't hurt him. Um, I was just he's out there running around with shoes on after 2.5 weeks after being diagnosed with laminitis. I mean, it's crazy. It's literally stopped, and there's all new growth now. I mean, that's laminitis takes down a lot of horses. So to me, that's a really big thing.
Wow, that is a big thing, and the proof was in blue. He must have just felt so good that he just wanted to go out and jump and run, and he didn't know what the rules are. He just knows he feels good and he
Yeah.
wants to play.
And even if he did know the rules, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So
That sounds about right for a horse. Well, that is so exciting, Amy. We are really thrilled, and really considering the farriers that now need to know about this. They probably have not heard about Renovo. They've not seen this kind of result this quickly to arrest a disease and show such improvements so quickly. So we've been saying, ask your vet about Renovo. We need to start letting the farriers also know that when they see laminitis, that this should be a go-to to make sure the vets know about this.
yeah, and you definitely need a vet though to administer it.
Yes.
Don't try and get it and administer it yourself, because the
Yeah.
product's amazing, but it needs to be administered in the right way. It needs to be handled
Yes.
correctly beforehand. Um, but yeah, no, it's a definite. I mean, my ferret doesn't get excited about much, but Hoob's feet are his life, so he knows what he's looking for, and it's really cool because you can tell so much by a horse's hoof, what they're fed, how they, so much just by looking at it, and to pick it up and see all that new growth, and to have Blue already running around. There's a lot of horse rescues to where horses are dumped because people can't figure out what to do with the laminitis. Um, a lot of horses, taken from work permanently and kind of shelved because of it. It's definitely, I was joking a while back that Renovo's kind of the Swiss Army knife of treatments. You just keep it in your tool chest because we're finding so many things it can do. You're like, well, let's try it with this. Oh, well, that worked. Let's try it with this. Okay, that worked. So, other things that I really want people to think about with this as well is your stifle injuries, suspensory injuries. What it did with Blue's laminitis is miraculous, but what it's also done for Mariah's tendon is miraculous. I mean, you know, she really had no quality of life. We were just getting ready to make, a end life decision. So it's very hopeful. I think we'll find the more things it's tried on, people are going to be amazed with it. But I can only support what we've used it for, and so far we've used it for tendon, CPL, and laminitis, and I mean, check, 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 all three. It's doing a wonderful job.
That's great. Well, we're so excited and thrilled about what's going on out there for you. And for those who don't know, Renovo is based out of Texas. We also have offices in Phoenix, and this is a frozen product, so it goes only to your vet. As Amy said, it cannot be administered by anyone but a vet. So they get it in a freezer box, and it's an injection. From what we've seen, it's mostly been one injection, unless there's a reoccurring injury or something new. But as Amy said, we're just discovering with these incredible testimonials all that Renovo can do. So it is an equine allograft. It comes frozen. It is one dosage, one injection, administered by your vet. So definitely ask your vet about Renovo. If they don't know about Renovo, RenovoEquine.com is where they want to go for the website. Now we're here, RenovoEquine.com. So, Amy, any closing words you want to say to the viewers about Renovo?
Just as far as the administering goes, you really can get a lot of bang for your buck if you do it sub-Q. I mean, if you're doing a limb perfusion, obviously you're gonna, tourniquet off the leg and get the whole leg. But for like CPL and sores or getting a big area, a large packet can, sub-Q can really cover a lot of area. So it's not like you're getting a really small area done with one treatment. I mean, we covered, a really large area on Mariah with one packet, and then we did a packet per leg on Blue.
Excellent.
So it's just, as I said, you need a vet specially handle it, but if you take the time to learn about the product, I know a lot of us get set in our ways. You can ask a horse person any question, and 10 different horse people give you 10 different answers on anything from blanketing, feeding. But I really think people need to check this out because, as I said, we've been in dire straits now on 2 horses, and we're coming out the other end of it now. When normally in one horse, she shouldn't have come out the other end, but she is. And on the other horse, you are looking at months of rehab and now probably weeks. I mean, I'm hoping to be on Blue really in the next month.
Wow. That's great. So exciting. And, we have all the science that backs this up. The research truly is amazing. And we still have more ongoing research all the time. So we have the evidence, we have the science, both on the human and the equine side. But we love to hear these stories in the field of what, people like you, Amy, are seeing out there in the barns, who are in the trenches, who know their horses, who really can see, significant difference. And so we're just so excited and thankful for you coming on. And we are going to get out to visit you sometime when the snow melts. Yep. We're excited to come out in person and see Mariah and Blue and all your friends out there. So thank you again. Feel well. And we look forward to future updates.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.